We now know this Vancouver SRO unit, where the decomposing remains of Noelle O'Soup and another woman were discovered, was occupied by Chung Pham, an accused rapist charged with drugging and sexually assaulting another woman in 2020 and wanted on a Canada-wide warrant when he was discovered dead himself.
There was a Canada-wide warrant that was issued as a result of the Vancouver police investigation. The person who was subject of that warrant, the person that we believe committed these offenses, has since died.
Global News can also now report another young woman was found alive and living inside Pham's unit when officers discovered him dead on February 23rd.
She had dark hair, short dark hair, always had her head down, came out, sat out here, and then never heard anything until 3 months later.
We now know Pham, in his mid-40s, was the subject of an extensive police investigation in the months before his death, during which time Noelle O'Soup and a woman in her 30s, Elma Enan, somehow wound up dead inside his unit too. Vancouver police finally speaking publicly on Pham and the charges against him on Thursday.
A man named Chung Pham was the subject of a Vancouver police investigation that started in November 2020 and resulted in a number of charges being laid.
The BC Prosecution Service confirming that, telling Global News Provincial Crown Counsel approved 4 counts against Chung Pham, dating from an incident on November 19th, 2020, of sexual assault, administering a drug or a stupefying agent, trafficking cocaine, and trafficking heroin. Adding, the information was abated by the Crown based on reliable information that the accused has died on March 1st. 1 week after Pham was found dead and weeks, if not months, after the deaths of O'Soup and Enan. Their bodies only discovered months later on May 1st. One of them inside a recycling bin.
I've seen him answer the door and they've gone in with him. What their dealings were, I don't know.
To Chris Sears, who lived directly across from Pham's unit and lived with its overwhelming foul stench for months. Confirmation Pham had allegedly administered a stupefying agent to sexually assault a vulnerable victim, only confirmed his long-held suspicions.
I never had the smell of death be verified to me until that door was opened and they pulled it out and said, "Oh my God, how long's he been in here for? You got to get out of here, girl." And then they took her out.
Neighbors say officers visited Pham's suite multiple times in the days before his body was discovered, but they never gained entry. Pham's death is not considered suspicious, but those of O'Soup and Enan, who's related to a Vancouver police officer, are. So with all 3 deceased and a major crimes investigation still open, the question is, are there other suspects?
The investigation is ongoing. There's more work to do.
I went through Picton and I watched all my friends go missing.
A scenario haunting residents like Candace Norris, who says she met O'Soup several times while she was still alive. And at just 13, only a few years older than her own daughter.
You know, I seen that little girl in my building, you know? It breaks my heart that the Indigenous community is screaming for help and we're still being murdered and raped and going missing.
A cycle of systemic failure and oversight and the tragic fallout we've all seen before. Sarah McDonald, Global News.